What's up, all you minties? Uncanny Omar here from Near Mint Condition. It's time to empty those wallets and fill those shelves. We're going to be talking about the upcoming collected editions for February in 2022. So, stay tuned. Welcome back, everybody. So, the very first thing I want to say is that some of you may or may not have noticed, ever since Friday, the videos that you've seen, you may have heard me not be as enthusiastic as I normally am. And that was because I was sick. I've been really sick. Nothing serious. It was just the flu, which can get serious. But both Melanie and I got really sick on last Friday. Saturday during the live stream, I was really sick. But for some reason, we were able to do it for 2 hours and still had a lot of fun. Actually, it made me feel better to get away from everything up here and just focus on the live stream. So you might, even the Marvel announcements of, was it Captain Marvel and the Conan books, wasn't usually my enthusiastic self. So I am at about 70% feeling better. So it's not because I'm mopey and sad or because these books suck or anything. It's just because I've been sick and I'm getting over it. And it's been a long couple of days trying to get over it, but I think I'm getting my voice back, so just keep that in mind. The other thing I want to say is big thank you to Aaron Cobbs, who has helped me out with this list. He got the Marvel stuff for me, and even though he sent it to me over a week ago, I still had to change some things, because the third thing I want to say is that, yes, the dates are always subject to change. You're going to see some books in here that were originally solicited for October, November, December, January that slipped into this month. And hopefully there won't be that many that slip further down after this month, but we will see. As of today, of this filming of this video, these are the books that are going to be coming out. If you want written documentation of this, we do have that up on our Patreon. I think it's at the $1 tier. So if you want written documentation of the weeks broken down with the books that are coming out, that is all on our Patreon. And thank you so much to our patrons. Could not be making videos like this possible without you all. Seriously. You all make videos like this possible. And before getting started, don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. All that does help with our YouTube algorithm and our channel keep growing. Share the video. That's great. That can help out a lot. So even though this is a really small month, there's a lot of books coming out. So let's go ahead and get started. So with Marvel Comics, on February 2nd, we have the Mighty Marvel Masterworks, Doctor Strange, Volume 1. So Doctor Strange is getting his own books in Mighty Marvel Masterworks format. You have issues 110 to 111, 114 to 141 in here of Strange Tales collected, as well as the Amazing Spider-Man Annual Number 2. I want to say that's the same content as the Epic Collection, Volume 1. Both covers will be available that day. And speaking of both covers, we're also going to get Captain America Truth. There's both the Quesada cover, which is the standard edition cover, and then the Baker cover, which is the direct market cover, collecting the Truth miniseries, Truth Red, White, and Black 1 through 7. Now, there's a reason why that character has shown up, probably in this collection, and might have something to do with Captain America, Winter Soldier Falcon miniseries, or Falcon Winter Soldier. Anyway, they changed the title, so it's not my fault I can't remember, and I'm at 70%. Moon Knight by Brian Michael Bendis and Alex Maleev, coming out in complete collection. It's been available in trades, in oversized hardcovers, collecting issues 1 through 12 of that particular series. Thor Epic Collection to Wake the Mangog is getting a new printing, collecting issues 154 to 174. And I know it's one that a lot of people have been wanting to see come back into print. Wolverine by Claremont and Miller, Deluxe Edition. So I want to say this is a Deluxe Edition because they've expanded on the original content, meaning that they just added comics in here. So it not only collects Wolverine 1 through 4, but it also collects Uncanny X-Men 172 and 173, which is part of From the Ashes. So you do have artwork in there from Paul Smith. You're also getting the Wolverine or Infinity Gauntlet Omnibus. Just the standard edition printing is coming out that day, not a direct market. So that is one thing about the new distribution. Sometimes direct market comes out first, sometimes a standard edition. For some reason, 2 different dates. I don't know. So that's something to keep in mind when I'm doing this. And I'll tell you which cover is coming out, or which dust jacket file that is. But Wolverine and the X-Men by Jason Aaron, both the standard edition and direct market cover, are going to be released on that very same date. So Both covers are finally coming out. And this contains the Jason Aaron series. This is like volume 3 because it goes Wolverine by Jason Aaron, Wolverine Goes to Hell, and then this particular series got Chris Bachalo on artwork, Nick Bradshaw, who's a phenomenal artist, Jorge Molina, collecting Wolverine and the X-Men 1 through 35, 38 through 42, and annual number 1. So the books that are missing in there, I think, are part of the Battle for the Atom crossover. I want to say, I can't remember exactly. There was a crossover during that time that is not contained in there. Uncanny X-Men, both the new printings of the Rec Market and Standard Edition cover will be released this day. And for those of you that have been asking me about the spine situation with volumes 3 and 4, a lot of retailers have reached out to me. I did get word back from Marvel that apparently that was the old file that was sent, and because of delays and everything with distribution, those files had been sitting somewhere at a printer, so that's what the printer ended up printing out. Now, I did ask if there's going to be new dust jackets for later printings of these 2 books. I haven't heard a reply yet. So, for those of you that want the old dust jackets, now's the time to get it. For those of you that want the new dust jackets, wait until it's reprinted again. For those of you that don't care, have the book already, what do you care? Or if you don't have the book, then you get it, because it doesn't matter what dust jacket you get, because you don't care. Astonishing X-Men by Joss Whedon and John Cassidy, Omnibus, both standard edition, new printing, and direct market new printing will be available that same day. Batman White Knight Presents Harley Quinn. We're moving on to DC Comics. So this is Batman White Knight Presents, James Tynion and Jorge Jimenez doing some of the artwork in here, Sean Murphy, of course, and Mateo Scalera also. And this collects White Knight Presents Harley Quinn 1 through 6. Harley Quinn Black, White, and Red Chapter 6 is also included in that particular collection. Milestone Compendium Volume 1. You may see that in my top 10. Every month I do a top 10 must-buy or essential buys recommended reading, and that will sneak in there. It's one that I'm very excited for. Represent hardcover. So this book is an original graphic novel by different creators, and different diverse creators, it looks like, and just telling original stories. Sandman Deluxe Edition Volume 5 coming out, wrapping up the Sandman series, collecting issues 70 through 75, Endless Nights, and both the prose and graphic novel editions of Dream Hunters. And of course, the graphic novel edition is the one that's drawn by Yoshitaka Amano. Yoshitaka Amano from Final Fantasy and Vampire Hunter D fame. 5 Seconds Before a Witch Falls in Love. What a cute title. This is printed by 7 Seas. Chainsaw Man Volume 9. This is the most recent Chainsaw Man. That title has been blowing up. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 Golden Wind Hardcover Volume 3. Now, during Barnes & Noble's buy, they had a 50% off all hardcovers. I went through and got a bunch of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure lots of Part 3 and some of Part 4 in there. So, hopefully I'll sit down one day and do a complete read-through, because you all have told me how much better it gets after Part 2, halfway through Part 2. Jujutsu Kaisen. Here's a book that you all have been telling me about for a long time. And it looks interesting, I'm not going to lie. It's just that I haven't had a chance to read it, and I'm so far behind on everything else, but now we're on to volume 14? So I may wait. The Hellbound Volume 1. It looks like it's a manhwa, but I added it on here because now it's got a Netflix adaptation, and this is the first time that it's been available in English. Welcome Back, Alice, published by Vertical, and Vertical doesn't publish a lot of manga, and when they do, though, it's usually because it's a license deal that they have with a couple of creators. They used to have the license for Osamu Tezuka's work. However, that relationship ended, and I'm kind of saddened by that, because I would love to have seen more Blackjack released in hardcover format. They did Buddha. They did a couple of other books, but sadly, yeah, that they kind of went their separate ways with the Tezuka estate and Vertical. But they are printing Shuzo Oshimi's Welcome Back, Alice. And this is the same gentleman that did Blood on Tracks, but I love what I've read by him was the Flowers of Evil. Big fan of that, so excited to read that. Children of the Woods, coming out from Dark Horse Comics. This is other publishers now. Moving on to Other publishers, Tale of Revenge Leads to a Monstrous Outcome by Joe Ciano and Josh Hickson. Crema. This is by New York Times best-selling cartoonist Johnny Christmas. So Johnny Christmas and Dante Luis Ryan Ferrer are the creators of that particular title. We're also having Rangers of the Divide. Megan Huang is the artist on this. This collects Rangers of the Divide 1 through 4. Madman Library Edition Volume 2. Big fan of Mike Allred. Big fan of Laura Allred. There's going to be a total of 5 of these, so that is something to keep in mind if you're interested in getting this, because it's 576 pages and it's $99 though. Collecting Madman Comics 11 through 20, Superman Madman, Nexus Meets Madman, Madman Jam, Madman King Size, Super Groovy Special, Who Killed Madman, this is the Powers crossover, Madman All New Giant Size Super Kinchi Special, and Madman Monster, as well as Madman the Tour to Armenia. So in case you want it, keep that in mind. Retail is going to be $500, but I love Mike Allred and I love Laura Allred, so I was a fan of this stuff. And there's a lot of stuff in that particular collection I haven't read. Jenny Zero. So this is Jenny Zero in His Shadow. Collecting Jenny Zero 1 through 4, as well as a sketchbook art. And Hyperspace is coming out. Collecting the first 6 issues of Hyperspace, the digital comic. So it's the first time this has been in print. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the IDW collection. This is the softcover, of course, trade paperback. Sea of Sorrows. So is it Jason Aaron that's writing a Sea of Something book? I don't know. I got it mistaken for this. But this looks good too. I really like it. It looks like it's a horror comic, maybe under sea. I don't know. By Rich Dweck and Alex Cormack. Bermuda by John Layman, yes. And Nick Bradshaw, hell yes. I was just talking about how I haven't seen Nick Bradshaw do any sequential art in a long time. I've seen him do so many covers, but I haven't seen him hardly do any internal artwork. So it's good to see him doing things again. Very excited for this title. This is by IDW, and honestly, when I first looked at the picture, I thought that was Pitt. No, it's not Pitt. Kid Icarus for us older folks. George Harriman Library hardcover Crazy and Ignatz from 1922 to 1924. Mars Attacks Red Sonja. Now that's a crossover I'd love to see animated or live action, of course. Baby Teeth Volume 4. So, Baby Teeth, I don't know. I guess it's been on hiatus because Donny Cates is busy doing everything else, it seems like. But I love this series. Vampires, Donny Cates. Love the first hardcover. Hopefully they'll make enough to have a couple more of those hardcovers. Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, the Classic Years Omnibus is now going to be available for everyone. Not just Kickstarter? No, it's Indiegogo. Far Out Fables 5, full color graphic novel. I love this cover. I'm assuming this is a series for kids, but love that cover. Love the pose. Looks like he was just jumping down and did a heroic pose. Fight Girls. This is by Frank Cho. And I want to say this has been originally released in hardcover format. This is by Awa Comics. And now it's coming out in trade paperback. I don't know the dimensions. I don't know if it's going to be oversized or if it's going to be just a standard size trade paperback or not. Last Song. This is published by Black Mask Studios. And Let's Play. So I thought Let's Play was it was a manga, but it's not. It's by Leon M. Kresick, and it is published by Rocket Ship Entertainment. Come on, how could you not look at that cover and think it was not a manga? Life Formed. So this is a series that Wonder Maddie told me about, and she's been wanting me to check it out, but I just haven't had a chance to do it. And it's now being published in trade paperback format, so hey, no more excuses. Long Way Down. Sorry. Bad singing because, I'm not singing Goo Goo Dolls. Never mind. This is Jason Reynolds' Long Way Down, and it's a New York Times best-selling novel, Long Way Down. Will's older brother, Sean, has been shot dead. Will feels sadness so great he can't explain it, but in his neighborhood there are rules. But bullets miss. You can't get the wrong guy, and there's always someone else who knows to follow the rules. That looks really deep. Like, here I am seeing stupid Goo Goo Dolls. Vietnam Horror. Now, from the cover, it looks like that this is fiction. I don't think this is a... Yeah, it looks like it's fiction, so... Looks interesting, though. On February 9th, from Marvel Comics, we have Marvelverse, Moon Girl, and Devil Dinosaur. And this is... Marvelverse are the little graphic novel books that usually do a really great job of introducing new readers to these characters. So, it doesn't collect everything, like all miniseries or everything in chronological order. They just grab a couple stories from here and there that they feel like are important and crucial to the character's development. So this collects Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur #1, so of course the introduction of the characters, 42 and 43, 46 and through 47, and Marvel Legacy primer pages. So I assume because of the series that they're doing that. Daredevil Epic Collection Heart of Darkness. A book so many of you have wanted for so long, coming back to print, and it is officially coming back into print, collecting Daredevil 271 to 282, Annual 5 and 6, material from Punisher Annual 3, Incredible Hulk Annual 16, and Silver Surfer Annual 3. Yes, I also want an Ascenti Omnibus. That would be awesome, but we still have to wrap up her series in Epic format, perhaps afterwards. That would be really cool. Artwork in there by John Romita Jr. Excalibur Omnibus Volume 2. You might see this in my top 10. Mainly because I played a big part in making this happen. No, I didn't. I played a small part. You all played the biggest part. I played a small part. Tiny, insignificant. I just made suggestions. And here we are with Volume 2. Just makes me happy. If there's anything legacy left from this channel, is things like that happening. That's really cool. Star Wars Legends Rise of the Sith Omnibus. The standard edition and the direct market will be available on that date. And I'll be honest, I didn't dig the first part. And it wasn't until I got like a third of the way into the omnibus that I was like, oh, this is the stuff I've been wanting to read. And I think a lot of it had to do with the mentality that I went into it, because I'd read Knights of the Old Republic. I loved it. And then I read the Charles Soule Daredevil. I did read that. But the Darth Vader book. So I was on a big like Star Wars kick. And I'm not the biggest Star Wars guy, right? I've always joked about Star Wars or Star Trek. I go with Doctor Who. But it's just that maybe the level was set so... That bar was set so high because of the Knights of the Old Republic. So I went into this, and yeah, about a third of the way, I really started enjoying. Those are the stories that I wanted. And a lot of you told me, well, you know, that's not a fair comparison because Knights of the Old Republic and this era of Star Wars are different. It would be like comparing Claremont's X-Men to Scott Lobdell's X-Men. And then I said, say no more. You all get me. You made a comparison of writers. So yeah, okay, say no more. I get it. Kang the Conqueror, Only Myself Left to Conquer. Hell yes, my favorite villain, my favorite Avengers villain, getting his own miniseries, collecting all 5 issues of Kang the Conqueror, Colin Kelly, Jackson Lansing, and Carlos Magno, whose artwork I've been following since he was doing these miniseries like the Mech Tech, was it the Avengers Mech Tech miniseries? Really great artist, and I'm starting to see him get more and more work, which he deserves it. He's a great artist. Hellions by Zeb Wells, Volume 3. Sadly, this is the last Hellions trade paperback, collecting issues 13 through 18, wrapping up that series. And it's not because the series was canceled, but it was because Zeb Wells went on to do... I mean, he's working on Spider-Man now, so I wanted the series to continue. It sucks because I'm selfish, and it was like probably the biggest surprise out of the Dawn of X era, because I wasn't expecting to want more, you know, of Nanny and who else? Orphan Maker and Empath and oh my goodness, what's his name? Grey Crow. Yeah, I forgot. He used to go by Scalp Hunter, but Grey Crow now is what he goes by. Amazing Spider-Man, Marvel Masterworks, Volume 23. This is the direct market only. So this is where it gets a little bit confusing because I was waiting to do my overview until this came out, the week it came out. But some of you all have told me that this standard edition has already been out for a month. Some of you already have it. So it looks like there's some miscommunication between direct market and the book market. But collecting Amazing Spider-Man 238 to 251, this is Uncle Roger's run. Annual 17, Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man 85, an official Marvel tryout book. Now, from DC Comics, we have Batman Volume 2, The Joker War. So continuing the Joker, or actually this is the way it's collected in Batman. Now here's something though to keep in mind. So this is James Tynion's the fourth Joker War. This is his era with Jorge Jimenez on artwork. This collects issues 95 through 100. Now, if you want the tie-ins and everything, that's found in another book, which we'll talk about in the third week, I think. But we'll get to that here in a second. Batman Detective Comics Volume 1. This is the hardcover, The Neighborhood Volume 1. And is that... man. Okay, no. That's Huntress. Dang it. I thought it was Cassie. I got excited. I thought Cassie was back, so I think it's Huntress. But anyway, this is Volume 1 of Batman, the latest Detective Comics run. So this collects Detective Comics 1034 to 1039. Flintstones, Deluxe Edition, Volume 1. You have artwork in there by Jorge Jimenez, Bruno Redondo. So it's an interesting title. I've never read any of that stuff. Justice League by Scott Snyder, Deluxe Edition, Book 3. Now, there is a book that we thought would never come, wrapping up Scott Snyder's run. And the only thing really I'm surprised they never did in Deluxe Edition was Justice League No Justice that led into Scott Snyder's Justice League run. Legion of Superheroes Before the Darkness, Volume 2, Hells to the Yes. Oh, yes. I'm so glad that they're continuing these books. Because for the longest time, Legion of Superheroes were these characters that just didn't get their collected editions. Now we're getting, 5 years later, like another Omnibus Volume 2. We're getting this, Legion of Superheroes Before Darkness Volume 2. So collecting issues 272 to 283, DC Special Series 21, and the Best of DC Blue Ribbon Digest 24. Jerry Conway, Roy Thomas, Paul Levitz, George Perez. Oh, yes. Yes. So all that, of course, happening before the Darkseid storyline. And manga, we have 2 points. 5-dimensional seduction. 2 points. You try a little hard there, girl. That's like a 7, though. That's like a 7. Blackguard, Volume 1. This is published by Vertical Comics. This is Ryo Hanada's latest dark fantasy. It's the creator of Devil's Line. So, published by Vertical, coming out with a Volume 1. Deadpool Samurai. They gave you a little teaser in the, the Deadpool White, or Black, White, and Blood, the Gallery Edition. There was a little bit of that in there, but it's Deadpool Samurai. We've had a Batman Samurai anime. Why not a Deadpool Samurai? But that's going to be published by Viz. Full Metal Alchemist Full Metal Edition, the hardcover editions, Volume 16 is coming out. I can't believe I slept with you. I'm pretty sure some of my exes have written that book. Shaman King, Omnibus Volume 7. I'm so glad they're continuing this line in 3-in-1 format. So it's like 3 of the original Tonkabons in a bigger format. I wish they would do the same with something like Hunter x Hunter or Yu Yu Hakusho. I'd take actual hardcovers of those. World's End, Harem Fantasia, Volume 6. I like that cover. It's a nice cover. As far as other publishers, we have Castaways. This is by Pablo Monforte and Laura Perez. And it is translated, I want to say this is from Spanish. It's because I know it's set in Madrid in the 80s. Cyberpunk 2077, Big City Dreams. You have a lot of different creators working on this. This is based on, of course, the video game. Critical Role, The Mighty Nine Origins, the Caleb Widowed Gast. I know that Wonder Maddie and both the Amazing Amanda are huge fans of Critical Role. That started like a YouTube channel or podcast. A bunch of voice actors got together, played Dungeons and Dragons. Now they have comics. Now they have an anime that's coming out. That's what it's about, man. That's awesome. That is awesome. So yeah, very cool. Very cool. EC Archive, Weird Science Volume 1, collecting issues of Weird Science 12 through 15 and 5 through 6. This is some of the best comics you're ever going to read. Bill Gaines, Al Feldstein, Wally Wood, Harvey Kurtzman, Harry Harrison, just to name a few of the wonderful people that just worked on that particular book, or on that series, and a lot of other EC series. John Buscema's Marvel Heroes Artist Edition. So we're getting an artist edition of Big John's work, Marvel Superheroes. Even though Big John hated superheroes, he loved drawing Conan. That was his jam. But, it's good to see him get an artist edition. These things are expensive. It's $150. And not that much, I'm going to say, not much of a discount if you're getting it. Retailers don't get that much of a discount, so they can't offer you that much of a discount. So, this is purely for, real hardcore collectors of that stuff. But it's original, it's this original art being reprinted in big format. Savage Dragon, Vicious Circle Triumphant. Now, there's a series I want to see in hardcover format. Come on, Larson! Collecting Savage Dragon 253 to 258. Also from Image Comics, Stillwater. This is another one I want to see in hardcover format. This is by Chip Zdarsky and Ramon Perez, Mike Spicer. Collecting issues 7 through 12 of Stillwater. Anybody reading this? I think it was supposed to come out in December. But let me know if you're enjoying it. I love Chip Zdarsky, and it looks like it's a horror book. Trover Saves the Universe. Trade Paperback Volume 1. I love that cover, man. It looks like the Meeksies. So fans of Rick and Morty and Mega Man would love this. Please, if somebody has read this is by Tess Stone. I think he's one of the co-creators on Rick and Morty. But if somebody has read this, let me know if it's okay for my 12-year-old to read. Both of my kids are infatuated with Mega Man, and my oldest just loves Mega Man. And she has seen some Rick and Morty, so let me know if it's okay. Every parent is different, of course. Firefly, brand new verse. So that is coming out in hardcover format from Boom Studios. Spark Within Forge Ember in the Ashes. Original graphic novel. My goodness, that is one hell of a title. And this is published by Boom Studios. Both the hardcover and the softcover are going to be available the same day. Wind hardcover volume 2. This is by James Tynion. And it's a series that Wonder Mandy loves. I've been meaning to check it out. I don't know why I don't have the very first one yet. Why haven't I bought it? Metax. This is published by Fantagraphics. And that cover, man, it's a very simple cover. But sometimes that's all it takes me, to lure me. Wish more... It's hard to judge a book by its spine sometimes. But it's because the covers do a lot. So, this... Putting a list like this together really helps me sometimes just try out new things. And also from Fantagraphics, they are releasing Olympia in hardcover format. I see that slipping that booty, and they're trying to get me demonetized. Olympia. Anybody else notice a submarine there? I don't know what this is about. It looks beautiful, honestly. All jokes aside, the artwork looks beautiful. Of course, it looks like it reminds me of Mobius. It's the first thing I think of. It is definitely translated from the French. So I will definitely be checking that out. Squeak the Mouse, the hardcover. A series. This is one that a lot of you all have asked if I've read, and no, I have not. And this is I think a lot of the inspiration for not Tom and Jerry or Itchy and Scratchy, because it looks violent. Across a Field of Starlight, both the graphic novel and the hardcover will be available on the same day. Lollipop Kids, trade paperback volume 1. This is published by Seismic Studios. And Adam Glass, Aiden Glass, and Diego Yapur are the creators behind this. Marjorie Finnegan, Temporal Criminal. This is the new edition from Awa Studios. Garth Ennis. I've never heard of this. The cover there is done by Andy Clark. But Goran Sudsuka is the artist on the book. I've never heard of this. How have I not heard of a Garth Ennis book? That looks really interesting. Pinball Graphic History of the Silver Ball hardcover edition. So, I have really good friends of mine that are into pinball, and one of them entered a pinball tournament. My really good friend Omnidog has a pinball machine. My wife wants a pinball machine. So, I've been surrounded by pinball, ever since I was a kid. I loved it. I was never good at it, but I've seen a lot of documentaries, and this is a graphic history of the Silver Ball. So this is written and drawn by John Chad. I wonder if this is, because I've seen some graphic history that are really, really well done. So I'm kind of curious to check this out. This is by First Second Books, who also publish some wonderful books if you've not read any of their stuff. Strays is coming out in graphic novel format by Chris W. Kim, and this is published by Self-Made Hero. And Ray hardcover. I don't know why I haven't checked out any Valiant. Lloyd, I know if you're watching, if you still watch my show, you sent me a book 3 years ago and I still haven't freaking read it. I'm so sorry. Bloodshot, it's in a box somewhere. I promise to read it one day. What is wrong with me? Collecting Ray 1 through 10, or Rai 1 through 10, Fallen World 1 through 5, The History of the Valiant Universe 1, Rai, and Bloodshot 2019 Free Comic Book Day Special with 20 pages of rarely seen art and extras, $49.99. But the talent, man, I haven't heard of, Adam Polina is a guy that I loved his artwork in the 90s. Dan Abnett, I love his writing. Jay Lee doing the covers. What the hell's wrong with me? Why haven't I checked out Valiant? I mean, I need to remedy that. Maybe that'll be my goal. We'll make Valiant happen again. A lot of you that are reading Valiant currently, what are you talking about? See, my problem is I'm subconsciously not checking out Valiant because I know if I get a Valiant book like this deluxe edition, I'm going to get the rest of the stuff that I missed. And I know a lot of that stuff that's out of print is freaking expensive as hell. I can't do that to my wallet. I can't do that to my financial situation. I mean, I can, and I probably will. Oh, man. Now, before we move on to week 3, here's a word from one of our sponsors. If you live in Europe and are interested in pre-ordering or purchasing Omnis, then you should definitely check out Walt's Comic Shop in Berlin, Germany. They have the cheapest pre-order prices for Marvel and DC big books within the EU, flat shipping of €9.90 for EU countries, extremely careful and sturdy packaging, emails are answered within 24 hours, and they have a superb selection of new releases and out-of-print books on their website. Just head over to waltscomicshop.com for more great deals and rare titles. And for a limited time, you can use the code Near Mint Condition, all one word, at the checkout for free shipping to all EU countries with your first order. Walt's Comic Shop, your reliable source for Omnis and premium collected editions in Europe. Ororo Before the Storm is how we're going to kick off the week of February 16th. And this is from Marvel Comics. This is in graphic novel format, collecting a bunch of stuff, not just her miniseries of Before the Storm, but of a bunch of other stuff is in here. We have Before the Storm 4-issue miniseries. You have Uncanny Origins 9, Uncanny X-Men First Class number 4, Marvel Age Spider-Man Team Up number 5, Uncanny 265 to 266, and material from Uncanny First Class Giant Size Special and Black Panther 23. So you're getting a lot of stuff. $13.99, and it's a lot of material. Again, it's in smaller scale format, and it gets you to know the characters a little more than the Marvelverse books. Marvelverse is like, here's a sample. And the graphic novel format is more like, hey, here's a bigger sample. And then you're caught in the trade paperbacks, oversized hardcovers, and then you go to omnibus editions. Those are the steps, I promise. Moon Knight is getting a reprint of The Final Rest. This, of course, the Doug Mensch and Bill Sienkiewicz era, collecting Moon Knight 24 through 38. And we're also getting the Marvel Masterworks Marvel 2-in-1 Volume 6. I'm very surprised we haven't had an omnibus of this yet, but maybe one day. You know, you have stuff in here. Mark Grunwald, I think, Ron Wilson, supplying. I think that right there, that covers George Pettis, I know. But this collects issues 61 through 74, and it's pretty much how Marvel got other people to check out books outside of the Fantastic Four by teaming people up with a thing. So this is how a lot of the other characters, unknown characters, like, you know, how they got some of the spotlight. So I thought that was really cool. And, you know, it's old Blue Eyes, right? So it's like somebody's favorite character from the Fantastic Four. And speaking of Fantastic Four by Dan Slott, Volume 2 is coming out. This is collecting issues of Fantastic Four 12, the A story, and issues 13 through 20, the 4 Yancey Street, and Fantastic Four Negative Zone one-shot. Again, from that era of Dan Slott. Sword by Al Ewing, Volume 2. Now, somebody told me that this series is also canceled, but I thought it just started. So I mean, unless it's getting reinvented, but in the comments, let me know if you've heard that too. I don't know if that's true or not. Moon Knight Volume 1, The Midnight Mission. Holy crap, this book has been a lot of fun. I'm almost done reading it. I had to take a break to go and read some of the, Fourth World, Absolute Fourth World Volume 2. But it's been awesome. I can't wait to talk about it whenever I do an overview of it. New Mutants Omnibus Volume 2. Now, here is where it gets tricky again. This is just the Barry Windsor Smith cover, who did the standard edition cover. The Arthur Adams cover, the one I'll be doing an overview of, probably this week or the week before then, that one is not until March. It doesn't come out till March. So keep that in mind. Warhammer 40,000, Sisters of Battle. Oh my gosh, you can tell this guy hasn't played Warhammer 40k. I called it 40,000. Sorry. Promise I will try it one day. I have two good friends of mine that I never seen. That's all they live, breathe, and die Warhammer 40k. They ain't got no kids. They have an apartment full of 40k stuff, though. I haven't been there for so long. They know I don't play 40k, so they never call me. I think it's cool, man, but oh my gosh, the amount of money they spend. Who am I to judge? The amount of money I spend on books. Doctor Strange Omnibus Volume 2. This is when the direct market cover comes out. I've done an overview of it. The standard edition cover came out, I think, this past week. From DC Comics, yes, continuing Batman the Caped Crusader. I love this stuff, and I hope they keep making them. Take us all the way to Nightfall, and I hope to do the right thing, of course, and give us an omnibus one day. Who knows? Maybe one day. I would love to see this particular stuff collected in omnibus format. Then they can mix it up with the Dark Knight Detective, but at least they're coming out, and this one collects Batman 475 to 483 and Detective Comics 642, so it's got that crossover there. So, love this stuff. I'm glad they're pumping those out. Surprised, honestly, because so many things have been canceled. But not going to jinx it. Batman the Detective hardcover. This is by Tom Taylor and Andy Kubert. So, was it Tom Taylor that did Up, and Away? I never did finish it, but I was digging it, and I dug the artwork. Or was it Tom King? I'm sure I'm not the only one that gets those guys mixed up. Batwing, Luke Fox. So, unfortunately, this is the book that was supposed to be an omnibus, and then it got downsized to a trade paperback. But it does have that Future State book in here. The Joker Saga trade paperback. Okay, this is what I was talking about. So, if you want more than just the Batman issues of the Joker War, this has all the tie-ins of the Joker War. So, this collects not just Batman's 95 through 100, but also Batgirl 47, Detective Comics 1025, Red Hood Outlaw 48, Nightwing 74, Joker Warzone 1, plus stories from Harley Quinn 75 and Catwoman 25. So this is if you want everything. And it's been available in hardcover format. It was a standard size hardcover. From manga, we have Kame the Mirror and Other Tales, Rumiko Takahashi's new book. Keep Your Hands Off Eizouken. I like that title. That's a cute looking cover too. It reminds me of a Studio Ghibli film. Sumito Owar is the writer and artist on that, the mangaka rather, and it's published by Dark Horse Comics. We're also getting Golden Kamui, Volume 25. I hope one day maybe we'll get a box set of this and a box set of the next book, Rising of the Shield Hero, Volume 17. My friend TikTok Tina loves this series. She got me to watch a couple of the episodes. She's like, you need to read the manga. And I'm like, okay, there's a lot of things I need to read. You need to read more X-Men. So there. Ursa Yatsura, Volume 13, another book I look forward to. Rumiko Takahashi. Love her stuff. From other publishers, we have The Worst Dudes. This is written by Aubrey Sitterson. And this collects issues 1 through 5 of this raunchy, off-the-wall tale. Published by Dark Horse Comics. Crowded is coming out in trade paperback format. And this is published by Image Comics. I really thought that was Squirrel Girl there, but it is not. This collects I think it's just a mini-series by Christopher Sabella, Brostein, and Ted Brandt. They're the creators behind this. Sweet Paprika. This is Mirka Andolfo's Sweet Paprika Volume 1, collecting the first 6 issues. Speaking of raunchy, this sexual content and violence, it's mature content. I love this stuff. Her artwork is phenomenal. Here's one some of my viewers have told me about. Ordinary Gods. Kyle Higgins, Joe Clark, Frank Williams, Felipe Watanabe, collecting the first 6 issues of Ordinary Gods. I don't even need to read what it's about. I like that creative team already. Undiscovered Country. This is one that I've had my fingers crossed for a long time. This is Scott Snyder, Charles Soule, Giuseppe Camuncoli, Leonardo Marcello, and Matt Wilson. And it's one that I've heard about for about a year now. This collects issues 13 through 18. I'm hoping that it will get a hardcover treatment. I mean, it's almost a sure bet, right? With Charles Soule and Scott Snyder? Come on. Come on, Image. Come on, Charles Soule. Who am I talking to here? Who do I need to talk to? The Princess Who Saved Her Friends. This is by Greg Pak. This is such a cute cover. You have Jonathan Colton co-writing it, and then Takeshi Miyazawa is the artist on this. And Miyazawa did artwork on Ultimate Spider-Man, Mary Jane, or Spider-Man Loves Mary Jane. Oh, that looks so cute. I mean, it's Greg Pak. I love his comics. Hulk, then Planet Hulk, World War Hulk, Darth Vader. Yeah, man, I'm all over that. He also did Star Wars for a while. So, yes, all over that. That looks something like my kids and I will enjoy. Chronophage. This is published by Humanoids, and it is Tim Seeley working on the book. The Forest, published by Fantagraphics, and not sure what this is, but the detail on that tree, very nice. My Badly Drawn Life, this is another book that is published by Fantagraphics, and this one here is by Jippy. It's a coming-of-age memoir, relentless and exhilarating journey to the depths of the human condition. That looks like a deep read. That's all I need sometimes. Prison Pit, the complete collection. This is not a deep read, but it is so fun. Definitely mature content, over the top. They're not reprinting the hardcover. They are doing a trade paperback, though. Essential Judge Dredd Volume 4, Dredd versus Death. Hells yes, I love Judge Death. There's phenomenal artwork in here, and it was pushed back from January, I think. 2000 AD Encyclopedia hardcovers coming out this same week, though. So, something else to look forward to from 2000 AD. Essentia, trade paperback. This is published by Wake Entertainment. John Dolmayan and Tony Parker are the creators behind this. I'm not sure what this is about, but this collects the first 6 issues. I really like the colors that they used on that cover. That's what got my attention, honestly. We're also getting Blacksmith. Not Blacksmith, but Blacksmith. Yeah, you see it on the title. From Ahoy Comics. So Eric Palicki and Wendell Cavalcanti are the creators behind that particular book. Bloodshot by Tim Seeley, Deluxe Edition. Another Valiant, man. Valiant's just calling me this year. Bloodshot 1 through 12, along with material from Valiant Bloodshot, Free Comic Book Day 2019 special, 2020 year, the Year of the Heroes, and Free Comic Book Day special of the Year of the Heroes, I guess. As well as the 20-plus pages of rarely seen art and extras. Tim Seeley, okay, Brett Booth, Declan Shalvey, and Mark Lamming are the main creators behind this. Okay. It's a hell of a lineup, man. Blade Runner Origins trade paperback volume 2 is coming out that week. And this is from Titan Comics, collecting Blade Runner Origins 5 through 9, as well as the Blade Runner Origins Free Comic Book Day. I'll be honest, I've never read any Blade Runner comics. Frank at Home on the Farm. Man, that is a creepy looking cover. So, this is about Frank Cross returning from World War I, badly damaged by his experiences and wanting nothing more than to settle back down with his family on their farm. However, and that's all I'm going to read because I'm sure things are not going to go the way that he intends. But what I was going to say is a little bit of that reminded me of First Blood. Not Rambo, but First Blood. Yeah, well, the movie, right? The book is excellent. The movie, yes. Yeah, I'm a sucker for Rambo 2 as well. And 3, a little bit of that. Anyway, the hell was I? Freaks Know Revenge is a Drug. Freaks Know Revenge is a Drug. That is a hell of a... that's a creepy cover. Kevin Roditelli and Rob Cannon are the creators behind this. This is published by Behemoth Comics. Frank and Freud, graphic novel. And this is by Self-Made Hero. And it takes place in 1909, so I assume it's the meeting of these two gentlemen, Horace Frank and Sigmund Freud. Just based on the title and based on the year. Kabumpo in Oz. So this is volume 16 of the ongoing Oz saga, published by Clover Press. Ruth Plumley Thompson and Sarah Richard are the creators behind this. This new hardcover edition of the 1922 book features a new cover and interior illustrations by Eisner-nominated artist Sarah Richard. No Oz collection is complete without it. I love Oz. Interesting that I've never heard of that. Mr. No graphic novel, Temple of Maya. This is published by Epicenter Comics. And also that week we're getting Ninjak trade paperback volume 1. Now that was a series that I really enjoyed. Because I haven't read the new Valiant, but I've read the classic Valiant. Mainly because of Joe Quesada's artworks, why I ended up getting it. But I followed it for a while. But this new series is Jeff Parker. Oh my gosh. And Javier Pulido. Javier Pulido's the guy that did, he did some Spider-Man, but he also did Robin, Year One. Oh my gosh. Why have I not checked out Valiant? Why haven't you all yelled at me to check out more Valiant? I have a lot of talent over there. Paranormal Hitman, Volume 1. This is by Brett Murphy and Wilson Galdonfo, and published by Behemoth Comics. Behemoth Comics has been putting out a lot of stuff recently, man. That's awesome. Siegfried Dragon Slayer, graphic novel volume 1 by Renegade Arts Entertainment. This is, let's see, first graphic novel adaptation of the ancient Norse myth Volsunga saga. And I think some of that was borrowed for The Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit. One of those, I think. I could be wrong. Stable hardcover. Look at you there. All right, Heavy Metal Magazine, making more and more books. Awesome. Matthew Medney and Francisco Pisa. I like that. Dig that cover right there, man. That's awesome. Diablo House, hardcover, volume 1. Not sure what's going on here, but I really like the color tones that they're using for this. That's awesome. This is Nancy Holder, David Neal Wilson, Grady Hendricks, and Damian Worm. But that cover is awesome. I really dig that. It's got an eerie look to it. Moving into the last week of February, we have from Marvel Comics, Reign of X, Volume 9 coming out. And normally I don't like to read what's collected in here because 9 times out of 10 the solicits are off. So you just, whenever you watch my channel, whenever I do the overviews of every Marvel book coming out that week, that's usually when I like to talk about what's actually going to be included in there. Doctor Strange Epic Collection is coming out. This is the Reality War. So it's a new Doctor Strange collection, collecting issues of Doctor Strange 29 through 51. It's the 1974 series, so it's the second Doctor Strange series. Man-Thing number 4, material from Chamber of Chills 3 and 4, and Defenders 53. Uncle Raj in here, so Roger Stern, Chris Claremont, Gene Colan, Keith Pollard, and just to name a few of the creators in here. Very, very excited to read that stuff. That stuff hasn't been collected in... It's not an omnibus format, Yeah, it's not an omnibus format. That's the omnibus that we need. Speaking of omnibus, the X-Men Omnibus, Volume 1, just the direct market cover is being collected this day. Extreme Carnage is coming out in trade paperback format. And this, just a series of one-shots. Philip Kennedy, Manuel Garcia, Extreme Carnage Alpha, Extreme Carnage Scream, Phage, Riot, Lasher, Agony, Toxin, and Omega are all collected in that trade paperback. Warlock by Jim Starlin, Gallery Edition, finally coming out. And some of you have told me that you've already had it, you love it, and you read it already. And I'm like, wait, but it's not supposed to come out. So yeah, it's a really weird time, that's for sure, with everything behind. I think there's a lot of miscommunication between distribution, printers, and of course retailers. Marvel Portfolio, Mark Brooks. I love these portfolios. They're beautiful books, and they're not even books, I'm sorry. They're all prints, but they're just beautifully done. I can't wait to do an overview of this one. What If? The Original Marvel Years Omnibus, Volume 2, all 3 covers coming out on the same day. Collecting issues 23 to 47 of the original classic What If, and we're getting the 90s now. Oh man, it's a great time. It is the golden age of omnibus editions, guys. We're living in such a good time. Way of X by Cy Spurrier. So this is the new Cy Spurrier series. I'm a big fan of his independent stuff. Loved his Legion. So collecting Way of X 1 through 5 and Onslaught Revelation. Why is Onslaught there? What's that about? Wait a minute now. Okay, Wolverine. I'll worry about that later. Wolverine by Benjamin Piercy. This is volume 3. It's coming out in trade paperback format. And X-Force by Benjamin Piercy volume 4 is coming out in trade paperback format. As well as Marauders volume 4. Oh, man, we're getting a lot of Dawn. Well, I guess now we're moving into the Reign of X era. But we're getting a lot of that in that last week of February. My goodness, that's a lot. From DC Comics, we have Batman, the Imposter hardcover coming out. And this looks, I think it's an adaptation of the movie. It's by Mattson Tomlin and Andre Sorrentino. Jordi Belair doing the colors. Maybe? I don't know. I thought it was an adaptation. I'm totally wrong. Because it looks like it's not an adaptation. Just thought maybe based on the cover. DC Comics Generations trade paperback is coming out that very week. And this is volume 2 of that series. So this collects Shatter number 1. So Generations Shatter number 1. Generations Forge number 1. And the story of Generations Fractured from Detective Comics 1027. And oh man, look at that cover. Got Batman, Steel, Sinestro, Booster Gold, Dr. Light, second Dr. Light, and Kamandi. Yes, Starfire, Superboy back there. I see you sneaking around. It's a great cover. And Deceased Hope at World's End trade paperback. That's a shame, man. There's no Omnibus coming out this month or Absolute Edition from DC, but some good books regardless. A couple deluxe editions. Tom Taylor, who is it? Francisco Matina, I think, doing a lot of the covers here. But I hope Deceased one day gets an Omnibus treatment because that's the way I want to read it. From manga, we have Classroom of Elite, Volume 1 coming out. This is by Seven Seas Entertainment. We also have Gold Digger, Gold Brick versus Remented. It's the Brick v Remented. It's collecting Gold Digger 51 through 75. I added it in manga because when I grew up, that was the section I would find Fred Perry's Gold Digger in there. Delicious Dungeon Volume 10 is coming out that week. And I'm a wolf, but my boss is a sheep. These titles. I really want to play a game with my buddy OmniDog. Is it real or is it BS as far as manga titles? Because there's some titles, even when I was younger, the titles, made sense. And now it's like, I would never believe that was a title. I'll be honest. Like, what is that about? But you know what? I mean, it's manga. I love manga. From Image Comics, so we're going to be looking at other stuff. We have Excellence. This is volume 2. My buddy Kyle got me the Kickstarter of this, which was the hardcover. Oh, it's a beautiful book. Brandon Thomas, Kari Randolph, Emilio Lopez. I haven't had a chance to read it, but love the artwork. This is a trade paperback collecting issues 7 through 12. Ice Cream Man, volume 7, Certain Descents. That cover's awesome, and I cannot wait for that hardcover. W. Maxwell Prince, Martin Morasso, and Chris O'Halloran. Still working on the book. Man Eaters Volume 4. That was the Astonishing Melanie and I reviewed that. It was a lot of fun. This is The Cursed. So you have Chelsea Kane and Kate Nemensik. This is the 5-issue miniseries, and then it also collects Man Eaters issue number 13. Nightmare is coming out in trade paperback format. Rick Remender, Kieran Dwyer, and this collects Nightmare issues 1 through 5. I want to say this has already been collected in the... it was the collection of hardcover. I put it in my horror, hidden gems, I think, if this pack. Crawl Space? That's what it was called. Crawl Space. My brain. All medication. This is all you get. I'm at 70%. Bear with me. We're almost done. Rockstar and Soft Boy trade paperback. I'm surprised my voice lasted this long. Cena Grace, who did an amazing job on Iceman. I know That was a series that was, some people loved it, some people hated it. I thought it was a fun take on Bobby. But that's his particular series. And then Saint Mercy by John Zur Platten and Atilio Rojo. It's from the writer of Jurassic World Evolution. Okay. Interesting cover. Image Comics, man, just keeps pumping them out. From Dark Horse Comics, we have LaGuardia Deluxe Edition. This is by Neddy Okafor and Tana Rod. Ford. Rod. Oh my gosh. Okay. Losing my... working on Steam now. Working on Steam. Woo! I don't know what this is, but it looks like it has a bunch of other creators on there. Deluxe hardcover edition of the Hugo and Eisner Award-winning graphic novel. Exclusive extras include a chapter of Okafor's script, new cover, never-before-seen art, planet Earth bursting with integrated extraterrestrial life, pregnant doctor is fleeing Nigeria under mysterious conditions. Okay, I gotta check that out. I really like that cover. We're also getting from the same publisher, Dark Horse Comics, Snow Angels Volume 1. This is by Jeff Lemire, and the art is done by Jock. So, yeah, me and Jeff Lemire. Collecting the first 4 issues. This is the Comixology original digital series, so it is the first time that it's been available in physical format. Masters of the Universe Revelation, collecting issues 1 through 4, based on Kevin Smith's series. So you have Kevin Smith, Tim Sheridan, Rob David, and then Mindy Lee supplying the artwork. I actually watched the 2 seasons. It was fun. Liked it. Another series that people either like or hate. Black Hammer Visions Volume 2, so set in the world of Black Hammer. These are the mini stories. So you have Scott Snyder in here, Mariko Tamaki, Kelly Thompson, Leonardo Romero, just some of the creators behind all of this. Exo, The Legend of Well Williams Volume 2. And man, I don't know what this is, but it looks really interesting. Okay. By Roye Okupe. Dark Horse is just pumping out all kinds of stuff. Tales from the Outerverse. Christopher Golden. Oh my gosh, I love his stuff. Mike Mignola, Peter Berting, Michelle Madsen. So this collects Kojakaru, The Skinner 1 and 2, Golem Walks Among Us 1 and 2, Imogen of the Winding Way 1 shot. Okay. Parasomnia by Cullen Bunn. Man, that dude... it feels like every month I'm announcing a Cullen Bunn book. And Andre Moody. So Cullen Bunn, famous because of Harrow County and a bunch of other stuff that he's written. And Andre Moody, Prometheus and Starship Down. It's their new series. The House of Lost Horizons, a Sarah Jewell mystery. Mike Mignola, Chris Robertson, Leila Del Duca. And this is from the world of Hellboy. So collects The House of Lost Horizons 1 through 5. The Secret Land by Christopher Emgard and Tomas Aira. And collecting The Secret Land issues 1 through 4. Stranger Things, Erica the Great. It's one of the characters from Stranger Things. Just rewatched that this time around with my 12-year-old daughter during Christmas time. So Greg Pak. Black Hammer Volume 5, Part 1. This is Reborn, Part 1. Jeff Lemire's back. Dave Stewart and Caitlin Yarsky. And collecting Black Hammer Reborn 1 through 4. Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic and Tails. Best buds forever. Oh, they really are best buds. I just watched the Console Wars. It was a documentary on the Sega Genesis and trying to take over Nintendo. This is this $7.99 collecting Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 13, 34, and 35. So it looks like a sampler. So probably because of the movie coming out, you can try it out that way. Also coming out is Choroski Library, Son of Gun, and Pietrolino. I love Son of Gun. I may have to pick this up to get Pietrolino though. Serial Volume 2, Cat and Mouse. This is Terry Moore's new series. PS Art Books, the collection of works of Forbidden World Softie. Number 19, is that Herbie? What are you doing on there, man? Herbie. Remember on Omnibus, man. Talking about Herbie. Oh my goodness. Anyway, where were we? By the Horns, Volume 1. And that right there is some hella colors. I really like that. This is by Scout Comics, Marcus and Nasso and Jason Moore working together. Volume 1, The Wind Rises. I really like that cover. I love the colors that they're using on that. That's nice. Conquest, Julius Caesar's Gallic War. It's coming out in graphic novel format, as well as the Electric Century from Z2 Comics is coming out. It's by Mickey Way and Sean Simon and Toby Cypress. Man, I'm digging so many of these covers. Look, they look good. Engine Ward, the complete series coming out from Bolt Comics. So George Mann and Joe Asma. Their complete series is coming out that same week. Hildebrand Valkyrie. So this is for fans of Game of Thrones and the Vikings, collecting the 4 issues, or the first 4 issues of this particular series, published by Caliber Entertainment. The Lady Death Omnibus is also coming out that week. Lady Death Omnibus by Brian Pulido. I know this was, I think it was a Kickstarter, or it might have been Indiegogo, but collects the first 10 chapters of Lady Death's epic story. My goodness, though, that's $125. This is a hardcover. I wonder how many pages this is going to be, but I remember where she got her, what was it, Evil Ernie. I used to have her first appearance. Just brings back memories. Oh, man, I'm $125, though. I may have to pick that up. Long Knives, hardcover format, coming out that same week. And we're also going to get Lucky Luke, the complete collection, hardcover to the back, finally. Volumes 4 and Volumes 5. I hope they continue this. I really enjoyed the first 3 volumes. Or, I'm sorry, I only got to read the first 2. Dang it, man. This is what happens when you start piling on a bunch of other stuff and you start to forget about which books to get. Come on, man. It's reading. Merlin and Hector by Rodolfo Santuyo. And this is by Red 5 Comics. Coming out. I like that cover. Very... I thought, honestly, I'll be honest, I thought it was Mike Mignola. Something Mike Mignola was doing. Nightmare Brigade. Both the hardcover edition and the graphic novel format are coming out that same day from Paper Cuts. Paper Cuts, the same people that did Smurfs. So, some books that have been translated into English. And Our Little Secret hardcover is coming out. Oh, man. That looks like a deep read. Yeah. Let's end this video on a high note and talk about Sky Captain and Art of Tomorrow from Dynamite. So that is coming out. That is the last book to wrap up the month of February. So you can pre-order these books or buy them when they come out from our sponsor here in America. CheapGraphicNovels.com, your online home for brand new graphic novels and collected editions up to 50% off cover price. They pride themselves on packaging your books so they arrive safely in an excellent condition, as well as prompt and helpful service. Check out the bargain deals for up to 90% off cover price. CGN is excited to announce that they are now taking pre-orders. They're making it easier for you to ensure that you don't miss out on the hottest releases. CGN is currently running a special promotion for your mentees. If you're a first-time customer, let them know that you were referred by near mint condition at the checkout, and you'll receive a credit for free shipping on your next order. This promotion is valid for U.S. customers only. Cheap Graphic Novels, your source for the hottest books with the kind of deep discount and quality shipping and customer service that will keep you coming back for more. And those are the books that are coming out in February. Again, come back to the channel on Sunday. I'll be doing my top 10 list of essential buys, must-read buys, or books I'm recommending. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Let me know what you're excited for, what you thought was coming out, but looks like it's been moved to another date. This was the Uncanny Omar. Thank you all so much for watching, and please answer my questions that I had throughout the video. I was really curious about some of these books, and I can't read everything, and I look for you all that have been reading some of the stuff to let me know, what's good or what to avoid if it's not for kids. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Hope my voice held up the entire time. Everyone, stay healthy and safe out there. Much love.